Right, here we go again, guys. I do not know why I keep doing this to myself, but I bought a Discovery Sport 2016 model, right-hand drive, but we're out here in France, and it needed a new turbo. Lots of oil coming down through into the intercooler and very rough running. So as you can see, I've stripped it pretty much down to its bones, taken out the battery box, the air filter, the air inlet, the turbo inlet, the top end of the EGR, and eventually out with the turbo. What a nightmare. 3 days on my drive. I'm not a professional mechanic, done quite a lot with spanners throughout my life, but I've never tackled as difficult a job as this. I thought the last one was tricky. Anyway, for those of you that are thinking how is it done, I'll show you what tools I used. So this is my fancy workshop. It's actually a barn at the side of my house. And there's the turbo, just to prove it's out. So as you can see, there's three sets of tools there. There's a ratchet spanner. There's a slightly modified 1/4" drive with a short extension and a 13mm socket. There's a medium length extension, 13mm deep reach socket and a 3/8 ratchet handle. And there's the turbo flange and the oil outlet. The tricky part of taking these out is getting access to the bolts, the bolt heads. They're all underneath between the firewall, the back of the engine is very, very tight. So there's just enough room, sorry about the wobble on the video, there's just enough room to get a ratchet spanner in there alongside the oil return pipe, and there's an 8mm on there that you need to undo when you finally get around to it. This one here, you can't get this onto it in order to turn it because it's too tight. So I ended up using a little dinky 1/4" drive, which I took the handle off, and then used a tube as a cheater bar to get between the firewall and the DPF. Well, it's the catalyst on this car, catalytic converter. It's very tight around the exhaust flange. And then this one, underneath here, this one, you have to get from above. And I used a 13mm deep socket and a long extension, well, a medium length extension with the 3/8 hand ratchet. You have to be so careful with these nuts because they're not very deep and they're very easy to round over. And the big flange on the back makes them sticky on the manifold, so they're really, really stubborn. Take your time with them, lots of penetrating oil, and you will get them off. I must admit, I was thinking that I was going to break this with the cheater bar on it, but no, good as gold. Okay, the other thing that's tricky on these is the heat exchange, not the heat exchangers, the heat shields. I've got them somewhere, but they're in multiple pieces and they hold together. There we go. They hold together with short bolts, combination of coarse thread self-tappers and machine bolts. But I had, unfortunately, to get this one out, it's at the back of the turbo like that. You have to take out the sensor for the manifold, gas sensor for the heat sensor for the manifold, and you have to bend the shield slightly to get it around the oil pipe. Not the easiest of things to take off, and probably just as tricky to put back on again. Okay, hope that helps and hope it encourages you. And for those who are wondering what I do look like, that's me. Cheers, thanks for watching, bye.